Welcome to Psalm 138. This is a great little psalm. It's not too long, but it's full of some really beautiful truths that we want to see. Let's just read the whole thing and notice how in each of the three sections it's bringing out something of the glorious character of God. I give you thanks, O Lord, with my whole heart. Before the gods I sing you your praise. I bow down toward your holy temple and give thanks to your name for your steadfast love and your faithfulness. For you have exalted above all things your name and your word. On the day I called, you answered me. My strength of soul you increased. So notice we've got the steadfast love and faithfulness. We've seen that so many times. The chesed va'emet, the loyal love that is loyally faithful and enduring. You sort of emphasizing one truth using two different terms. And so David here is bowing down and giving thanks for God's steadfast love and his faithfulness. Interesting phrase here. You've exalted above all things your name and your word. So we've got the name connection there as well. We give thanks to God's name. That is the name, kind of like a draw handle, bringing with it the richness and the fullness of his character. God's exalted his character and his promise over everything. And so therefore, verse 3, I called, you answered. My strength of soul you increased. David is strengthened by the fact that God is consistent in his actions with the God that he is in reality. Come to the middle section and it goes kind of global or bigger. All the kings of the earth shall give you thanks, O Lord, for they have heard the words of your mouth, and they shall sing of the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. What is the glory of the Lord? Look at the next line. For though the Lord is high, he regards the lowly, but the haughty he knows from afar. Remember Psalm 113. That idea is coming through again here in Psalm 138. Though the Lord is high and exalted and above every other king and every other god and everything that exists, he's above it all, yet he regards the lowly. In Psalm 113, he humbles himself. This is the glory of the Lord. It's not that God's glory is somehow contrasted with his kindness or somehow contrasted with his compassion. No, that's the glory of who he is. The reality of his nature, the richness of everything wrapped up in his name comes out in his kindness, in his reaching down, in his steadfast love and faithfulness. Come into the final two verses, and here we have the confidence of David in the midst of life. He says, though I walk in the midst of trouble, you preserve my life. You stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies, and your right hand delivers me. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. Why? Because his steadfast love endures forever. Do not forsake the work of your hands. It's just 8 verses long, but it's a rich little psalm that keeps taking us back to the character of God, which therefore makes sense of the action of God. And because of the character of God, we can have confidence in the action of God. When you're facing troubles, difficulties, opposition, when you're not sure how the future is going to play out, remind yourself not of how great you are. Remind yourself of how great the glory of God is and the nature of that glory, that he stoops down, he regards the lowly, he cares, his steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 138, this is a psalm to read, probably to memorize, and certainly to share with others too.